We both said that we think that this draft does make a lot more sense. Sure, absolutely, OG can just run over the laning phase and run over Blacklist again, but that can happen in any game. But when it comes down to it, the picks, they're able to get stuff done. I look at these Blacklist heroes, and you're seeing pairs which can go and get kills, or go and put pressure, or go and threaten. Not just like an entire team which kind of needs to be as 5 with some decent item timings to get anything done. So purely from that respect, things look a little bit better. I'm wondering if Seb saw that ward there at mid. Yes, he did. The ping is out. And of course, a quick cosmetic check, which was that BZM's rocking the new Tiny set as well. I'm a big fan of this one. Looks, it's just the right balance of like silly and also kind of cool.
Yeah, the clash, very, very good.
Tilta's Tiny.
We have very talented artists in Dota.
We do. We're blessed. Lots of pings taking place here. OG will likely want to fight over this top rune, because if they can force back Blacklist, then they can maybe get the D ward as well.
The battle begins.
Oh yeah, there we go. The side cam with the Tiny. That's what we want to see. They tried to go for the snipe there with the sleight of fist, but didn't quite work out. As whoa, we might actually have Tomato. No, Edgy gets away. Pretty close to going down there. One more click or one more hero in the neighborhood, and maybe you get yourself a first blood. But Tomato at the very least going to have to go back to base. Maybe miss out a couple of creeps. We shall see.
Yeah, well, keep an eye on what he does miss out. They put him so low that he didn't die, but also he doesn't want to walk to lane and accept that he's low HP. So they also pushed the wave under tower, so he's going to miss 1 melee. Okay, misses pretty much an entire wave.
Yikes.
Yeah,
that's not
rough.
ideal.
No. Alright, you got 1 melee creep of XP. And gold.
Love gold. So we'll see how these lanes break down, but again, Blacklist have done their best to give themselves a successful laning phase. You've got Warlock Troll on the top lane. I don't see them ever being bullied out of this top lane. Winning it, I'm not sure, but at the very least, they'll be doing all right up here. This Troll's going to be constantly healed up and have the axes to work with as well. Maybe use it to try and kill off some Eidolons. We'll see.
I think it depends on who steps up first, right? Like both teams in this matchup have the potential of maybe trying to go for that, hey, you're out of position type kill, right? Like the Troll can slow you down, get on top of you. Fatal bonds as well with the AoE damage of Troll. There's ways in which you can do a lot of damage, but yeah, I think it looks quite stable, but at any minute it could just swing either way.
BZM is taking a decent amount of damage here. Came under tower and ends up taking a hit as Abed does pop the Flame Guard and the Sleight of Fist to just try and bully him out. He's being very obnoxious though, like following Abed under the tower to try and get some denies. Now with Bottle delivered, heals himself up, gets a bunch of mana as well. Mid laners will just continue trading farm by the looks of it. No real advantage being gained here by either one of them.
Again,
continuing to struggle a little bit down here at bottom, just being zoned out by Tims as Gabby takes the wave all to himself.
It's a really hard lane to play bottom. Like if you're CK or ET trying to step up into the fight, right? You're going to be going into a stomp
going
forward
on to
push,
Januel here with the blood grenade coming down. That'll be a solo first blood for Ari. Is going to pay the price as Natsumi runs him down and will get the kill, but Ari plenty happy with that one to get first blood for himself.
Not too ideal for Blacklist. You have to respect a little Shredder. It does so much. The armor loss plus the Scatter Blast slow to further amplify everything. It is such a strong combination for laning phase, and yeah, Januel did not respect it. But yeah, going back to bot lane, Centaur Hoodwink is across multiple patches has been one of the strongest laning combos. With the damage from the double edge plus the damage from the all of Hoodwink's toolkit, it's impossible for a hero to step up.
Potential as well as Natsumi bullied pretty heavily up on the top side. The damage just from Ari with those lesser Eidolons really bullying back on the Troll, but thankfully level 1 Shadow Words here just to give him a little bit of extra healing, being fed tangos as well. So I mean, we'll be alright for the time being. Ooh, bottom side, very, very low on Seb. Able to step himself away from this one as Tomato gets a decent amount of damage coming back towards Gabi. Trading and trading and trading in these lanes at the moment. Only 2 heroes dropping so far, but it feels like we're on the cusp of these lanes sort of breaking down into blood sport.
Yeah, you can already see from... Oh, hold on. Bot lane again.
Yeah, they're not stopping, are they? Constant. Centaur does live through it, though, and also has the healing Lotus as well. So Gabi, not any real trouble here, to be sure. Natsumi running away on low health again. Januel doing his best to heal him up. Wishes he had about 4 or 5 more points in Shadow Word if possible. Unfortunately, it's not, as Natsumi continuing to be a jump hit. Whisper comes in, drops him in my pulse, and Natsumi's gonna die. Whisper grabs that kill, and that is a pretty surprising kill for me, to be honest. Like, Troll Warlock doesn't feel like a lane which should ever die, but here we are. Down at bottom, beautiful combo out from Tims and Gabi, just stunning up Tomato and Seb.
The damage from Snapfire really brings this lane to life. Like, if the snap wasn't there, then sure, maybe Troll Warlock would survive well. But yeah, this last pick of the Snapfire they're going to close out the laning phase, and this Troll is not having any fun at all. If he even tries to step up to Whirling Axes, he's just going to be bullied down. And
oh my god, Ari in the top lane. Holy crap. What the hell was that? It just goes up behind. Natsumi and Warlock approach the lane. Ari just runs out the trees, just lets loose onto the Warlock and basically does it all. 600 damage dealt by Ari in that time. Level 2 little Shredder doesn't mess around.
You have to play on the port at this point. You cannot go close to them. Even Natsumi, yeah.
Dead. Down the bottom side on Tomato. Nice trade, but Seb hitting hard and gets a kill onto Gabi. Chasing back Tims as well. Tims will be okay and actually offering a little bit of threat onto Seb himself, but with no combo available from Tims, it's very difficult for the Squirrel to actually fight back. And Seb, with the speed, does he have enough? One more right click will be required. He gets off the bushwhack, turns it around, and Seb will be the one to go down instead. Oh, that was close. Luckily just got the mana in for the bushwhack at the end there. Thanks to that wand.
Incredibly even. Slight level 6 advantage for Abed, but yeah, regardless, yes. Everyone going toe for toe. And I think this is now for both teams. They would love a little bit of active mid lane action, right? Like, I think top lane would really, call for an Ember rotation. Maybe Whisper needs to be careful here as he steps up underneath the tower. Goes a bit too deep, then there should be a TP from Abed, who does have the bottle DD and a wand, but no TP actually, so this is why they're diving. There is no TP on Ember.
Yeah, they see it. They see it. Black Hole even coming down here. Cancelled out by the bushwhack, though. It's Whisper's in some trouble. Shadow Word and damage comes through, but Seb does get the kill. Ari desperately trying to finish off Natsumi here. Blood Grenade comes out, does catch him. Right click comes through, glances, but they've got the damage regardless. Natsumi will fall. Abed looking for a bit of revenge. He's run all the way over here to try and help his team fight up, and he has got the double damage rune, but is it going to matter? The damage coming out from Seb and Ari is absolutely no joke, and they will send the Ember back to where he came from. Back to the middle lane he goes for the bottle refill from Januel, a little heal as well, but Tims gonna be the next target here. OG, they are just not chilling on the top lane. These supports, game 1 and game 2, just completely bloodthirsty. Ouch, okay. That's toss, that's crash landing, that's stomp, not even required. Ari gets him down with a little shredder. They need to respect Ari. They need to understand this Snapfire is just so far ahead. First blood gained and now just kind of walking over the game with it.
And a relative repeat of the last game. Like this 6 to 8 minute mark, OG, they don't really care about the lanes. They just want to get the kills. Abed does get the region rune, so both active runes go in the way of Abed, but we're yet to see it enter the game. Nice toss back to kill off his Snapfire.
May have just sealed Ari's face. Yeah,
that's a BZM tip if you have one.
My goodness. Well, Ari was having a really good game until BZM decided. You're not the star of this show.
You should have +1 on the assist though.
Yeah, he should. Tiny Airlines offering 2-for-1 discounts at this point. And this tower's getting very low here as well. Blacklist, they recognize the strengths of their draft, and taking towers and poking and prodding, certainly it. Sustain coming out from Januel as well, being absolutely critical here. And BZM, he's starting to get pretty low. TP's coming across, Bushwhack comes down, but the Tiny will be okay for the time being. Abed gonna get himself back, Whisper chasing.
CK's
Only
coming
got the
as well.
drums though, and no black hole available. If Tomato gets caught out here, it could be a little bit awkward. The team's close, but are they close enough? Gets pinged out, Sleight of Fist bouncing around. Looks like the double impact came off onto the illusion instead of the heroes, so didn't get the extra damage on that.
Not an ideal... I can't remember. So OG left the 14-minute wisdom to go to 21. I didn't catch if they left the 7 for the 14, but this could be a way in which OG, they play so aggressive that you kind of just hope that they always can double stack wisdom runes. I'll need to pay attention if they did it. I'll go back and check if they did it in game 1 for 7 to 14, but they really just, they go so far in, they just don't care. Interesting.
They're just not willing to take their feet off the gas long enough to be able to go and, you know, shift into neutral and grab a wisdom like that. Tomato being chased right now by 4 heroes. There's no one, well, there's one hero coming to help him. That's BZM. Stun is out onto Tim's, but BZM's got to be a little bit careful. Crash landing available. He's going to use it here to try and deal a decent amount of damage to the Hoodwink, but with the sharpshooter coming through, there is Whisper nearby with a black hole, but it's pretty awkward for him to actually get into the fight. Stampede being used, allowing them to reposition. Tim's going to be the target. They do finish him off, but BZM's dead in the meantime. Blacklist, what is the play here? Ari jumping in, stun out, Stomp coming down as well. Januel is dead, and Abed is sleeping. Jumps across over towards Seb here, but Seb's got so much damage to offer. Abed, you gotta respect the supports. When will you learn? Jumps back into the black hole from Whisper, but he's so low, he is gonna die immediately to Natsumi's axes. Natsumi just keeping his distance from this fight, just looking to snipe a kill and back himself away by the looks of it. Gabi trying to play up with the Golem, but with the Golem's life being taken, might see his opportunity to get himself up. But Ari, he's looking and he finds him. Guesses correctly with the cookie, cancels the TP of Gabi, and now BZM comes across as well. Gabi's time is limited. Crash landing damage huge. Kisses coming through as well with the avalanche. They'll need a little bit more to cook up the Centaur, but he's got no way out of this. It's going to be a slow death, although Abed coming across. Tim's is back from the dead as well. Oh, it's not quite enough from the toss back. Gabi lives for the time being, and now they'll turn their attention to BZM once again. He just died before, and he's going to die again. Abed, Natsumi, Tim's all on top of them, and they'll take down the Tiny. Okay, Blacklist, they stay alive. Well, more importantly, Gabi stays alive for his teammates to respawn, and they make the fight happen.
And Gabi could have died, but Ari, he didn't use a Scatterblast. He wasn't ready for BZM to do the toss tree throw. Maybe he didn't expect the damage to be that much, and because he didn't use Scatterblast, then the Centaur lived. And I think, yeah, great stuff though from Blacklist to try and set a bit of pace in the game, right? We are going to see the replay here. A bit of a slow start. They're chasing Tomato, then they go for BZM. Whisper spent a long time trying to reposition, and of course, I think the Golem from Warlock did a really good job just pushing OG back momentarily to just give a little bit more time for the fight to open up, to really understand what's happening. And yeah, Blacklist, though, that is the type of fight they need to... I think we didn't see it so far, right, in this series. OG losing an early game fight to stall out the script in which they follow, right? Like, they have just played, you know, perfect script Dota of 5 minutes do this, 10 minutes do that, 50 minutes do this, go win the game, you know? So that is the type of slip up that is required to give Blacklist some better understanding of what they need to be doing here.
Yeah, most importantly, the double death onto BZM delayed the Blink Dagger, and yeah, gives a lot more space to Blacklist to hit these timings. I'm interested to see the build from Ari this game. Does look like she's going to go for the Greaves for now, but will you move into some sort of Gleipnir or more aggressive items after that, or continue being a true support? Of course, it will be a while until these Guardian Greaves are finished up. Very expensive item.
With the change to Snapfire, all these talents moving around, did it prevent support players kind of becoming cores, right? Like your Little Shredder attack damage is 25, the multi-shots at 20. A lot of scaling required. And that's why
Ooh,
probably I would expect
the
him
fight.
Greaves, yeah.
And this is 2 Wisdom Runes here as well. OG can't afford to let this
get
go.
him.
Whisper, though, he's lost his life already. And hello,
Get him both.
singular Wisdom Rune. Tomatoes coming in. They're going to grab the one. Number 2's coming up in a minute, but they can't stay for this one. The kisses are coming on over. Tomato scoops up the Wisdom Rune as Tim's moves to the side, trying to survive. Throws down the Observer, throws down the Bushwhack. Not enough to help him live. But Seb did come in an interesting direction and found himself caught by Blacklist heroes. Now it's 2 dead on the side of OG. I mean, not what they were expecting to find the 7-minute Wisdom Rune there. They were going for the 14, but instead they give up the 14 and get the 7. So
that is the issue with this strategy. When teams want to invade on the rune, they're no Black Hole.
Oh, Black Hole! Cancelled by the Golem. That's why they picked the Warlock. That's why they've got the damage. And now, they've got themselves the Remnants out, but he's actually gone all the way back over towards their Wisdom Rune area as Whisper's already lost his life. Gabby, happy to just keep on fighting here. Tomato getting run down. He's going to have to pull off some toggles here if he wants to be able to survive through this. Phantasm's out. One toggle there, but it won't be enough to save his life. Not with that Flame Guard from Abed. So they will take him down, and now a Bushwhack comes in. Another death for Ari here. It's a Blacklist show all of a sudden. BZM in some trouble. Oh, Seb coming across. He's got the damage. He brings down Abed. Now he's looking for more. The raid boss has arrived, and it is not your core. Uh-oh. Wait, hold on. Gabby, he's got to be careful here. If he takes a hit, he will die. Tim's also threatening quite a lot. Stomp comes down. BZM comes across. The damage, will it be enough with the right clicks? Yes, it will. And Seb getting very, very low to the imps, to the fatal bonds, but will survive through it all and even throws out a tip on the runaway as well.
He nearly died to
mess.
the camp fatal bonds as well. That was very smooth at the start of the fight. You know, we got 4 heroes clumped up, beautiful got him to disengage, but then able to, you know, also jump out with the remnant. It looked like that should have been the fight there, but of course took a little bit of time to follow up, and you gotta go for, you know, props to OG at least returning to the fight to get some cleanup kills, because this should have been, you know, if a team just backs out in the fight after losing, you know, that's just Blacklist. Congratulations, you got a good skirmish, but yeah, not able to cleanly get that kill. But still 3,000 lead now for Blacklist. Troll Warlord after a really tough laning phase. Top net worth 8k. Centaur as well. Gabby, he scaled beautifully in the last game. Sure, he probably dying here. Hold.
I would imagine so.
Yeah. Oh, hold. Hold.
Yeah. Hold.
Yeah, he's dying here. There we go. But still, even though he just died, like, being up there in the top 2-3 net worth for Centaur players, a hero that you very easily can fall behind on if you you go blink too quick and you try and help your team out too much. But again, very happy to see that Blacklist have kind of stepped up to the occasion, and this game 2 is a completely different shape compared to the first one.
And what a difference from game 1 for Gabby especially. He loves playing these obnoxious heroes which just sits in their faces, and that's what he can do. He doesn't need to wait for no Aghanim Scepter, doesn't need to go farm some Ancients, just constantly playing up, getting into their faces, creating opportunities, and allowing the supports and the mid to get in, find the ideal entry to the fights, and even sometimes a troll to come across. And it just makes their game so much easier to play with this active, tanky, and yeah, great performance from Gabi so far, really enabling his team.
They're smoked up, they see the troll.
Oh, he does get off the ulti, but is it going to make a difference? He's not really going to be able to heal up a whole lot, especially with those kisses raining down upon him. BZM has spells available. Ari will snipe him with the Scatter Blast. And that's just going to be a sad death for Natsumi. Nice hunt from OG.
He's so close to BKB, that's a recipe away. Don't forget, we were entertaining recipe. Oh, Tomato though, top lane.
Uh-oh, the return kill. Yeah, you kill our carry, we'll kill yours.
Just look at the difference in net worth this game right now. Natsumi, he's the one about to get a BKB right 20 minutes. And look at Tomato's net worth, 7,000 gold. Like CK, he really breaks open the game once he gets to his Orchid timing. Like when you have Armlet Orchid, you utilize your Phantasm, you run around the map, you get kills. But that's not been the case. He's dragged himself into so many early fights. And he got chased at bot lane, he's been chased at top lane. Like there's been so many times in which he can't just hit creeps that, yeah, I think Blacklist, they are going to be the stronger team as we enter the mid game. And it's going to be OG who are going to have to try and recover in some capacity.
Well, they have a few ways of doing so. Black Hole always going to be a big threat. Tossbacks, also a big problem if you go for a risky push, but it looks like Whisper might be in some trouble. Nice blink away. But how far did he really get? The Ember is chasing. Abed wants to go again. Chains available. Will hold still on Whisper, but in comes the Earth Splitter. Is it going to make a difference? No, it is not. They've got more than enough damage to take him down. BZM trying to help out here with the crash landing. Sharpshooter goes wild. Doesn't connect, but in comes a Golem down onto BZM, allowing them to close the gap onto this Tiny. Tiny going for the toss back. TP away, and nothing's going to be there to save the day. Nice play there from BZM to get himself out of danger. Lovely stuff.
That's always rough. When you play the Warlock, it's like, Enigma's dead. Okay, I can Golem for this fight. It's fine. Guys, any other stuns? Anyone? Help? Help? I've used my big one. And yeah. Great read there from BZM. Timing the roots, timing everything perfectly to understand when he can actually TP. And out he goes. Net worth, though, still slowly builds up for Blacklist.
This is a dodgy position for Gabia, though. Is it? Is it? He's got so much damage coming through onto Ari. Mech saves the day. Whisper, though, he wants to drop a black hole here. He knows the cancel is not available, and in they go onto the Spirit. They'll take him down with ease. Seb chomps through him. Tim's with a nice bushwhack to hold back the Tiny, and with this fatal bonds, they might actually think of committing onto this one. BZM's just gone. Seb's still trying to play on the front lines. The kisses are coming down onto Gabby, but Gabby's got so much health to work with. He's not really threatened. Natsumi looking for a target as he approaches the high ground. BKB available, immediate BKB ult onto the CK. CK, where is your Phantasm? Where is your survivability? Nothing there for Tomato. He just gets chopped down, soloed by Natsumi as Gabby finds Ari on the sidelines. And Blacklist International, 3 kills in a row for them. They are putting it together. And now into Roche.
What an uncomfortable fight, though, for OG. Like, Tomato, he just gets the Orchid at the tier 2 bottom. He walks to the fight. He's going, guys, I've got Orchid. Let's do it. Troll steps up. And then you can see for a brief millisecond, Tomato goes, wait a second. My Orchid's not that strong here, boys. But it's too late. And you know, OG, they're chasing. But just look at the minimap, right? Look at the orange icon. That's the CK completing his Orchid. And then he joins the fight at the very end. And at this point, the Mortimer Kisses hasn't really done anything. Of course, you have Black Hole on cooldown. Tiny, who is a key component of your team fight, is dead instantly. And then, yeah, this is the Orchid versus BKB reveals that we're mentioning. I'd argue that OG should have been aware of the BKB during that fight, but the positioning of Tomato, it led to believe that he wasn't really too aware of it and traded his life for it as a result. But Blacklist, though, getting the Aegis. This is what I want to see, though, in the group stage. I want to see, like, I don't want to see the clean toys. I want to see back and forth the entire way. I've been checking the results of other series as well, and some of the teams that maybe you would expect to potentially struggle a bit have been taking some wins, so
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
potentially an exciting start to the group stage.
It is indeed. Splitter coming on through. They just want to bring down Januel. I mean, they know that if they get rid of him, then the safety net is off for Whisper, but Whisper's in trouble. Natsumi with the BKB cuts him down. Don't forget, he's got an Aegis as well, but his team are dying. They've found 2 on the backlines, and, well, Gabby and Natsumi will just have to start their very, very long escape from this. I'm not sure that's going to work out for them. No BKB available, don't forget, for Natsumi. Aegis, though, is still there, so it's going to be a while. Ulti comes out. Gabby jumps in. They need to find a way to turn this one around, and look at the CK once again, just getting jumped by the Troll Warlord, but no BKB means he can be put to sleep and put down. But Tomato still very low. He needs to fight his way through this somehow. They'll kill off Abed, but Natsumi fighting up with Tomato. They kill each other, and now it's Gabby in the middle of 3 heroes trying to go for a very ambitious TP out. Not going to happen, and it will be 3 dead now on the side of Blacklist International. It comes swinging back the other way.
Whew. What a game. And yeah, Blacklist, they didn't really have the numbers. They had the Aegis, but they just weren't really ready for the fight. Very uncomfortable. Of course, we're going to be joining the highlights at the kind of the tail end of the fight. Natsumi, of course, Gabby constantly jumping in, setting up these little moments to create turnaround opportunities. But Abed, he steps up into 4 heroes, instantly gets comboed down. That pre-BKB, you have to respect the stuns. You've got Enigma stun, Snapfire stun, Tiny stun, ET's got a sleep. So you get, like, there's 4 stuns and a sleep, right? Like, you have to think about your positioning at any minute of this game. It's why it's so close. 21 kills for both teams, 42 total, 23 minutes in. It's just an absolute brawl that we want to see between these 2 teams. And Aghanim's is complete on Seb. That is for position 5.
Excuse me?
He's 8-2-8. He has the most kills on his teams.
God.
And that is insanely good. There's 3 melee heroes on the enemy side, so you're always going to get at least, you could argue, minimum 2 heroes from the buff up. Give yourself debuff immunity. Walk into the fight. That is a very, very scary item pickup.
Yeah, Shard already grabbed as well, so the capabilities for Seb to just go in super deep to these fights and just cut off the resource backlines, isolating the troll. I mean, it's the only way that they can win these fights, Natsumi with the position he's in and how farmed he is. It's the only option they have. They found Abed, yeah, but Abed trying to get away, should be able to do so. Whisper jumping in, considering the black hole here, but won't commit it. Januel will just be punched down by Seb instead, and there it is. The businessman goes to work. Interesting they get the sentry ward, but they don't get the observer.
Yeah, the sentry vision had faded, so they don't see on the high ground anymore.
Well, a pretty minor kill, all things considered, but still a deep kill. And deep kills always mean more. Shrinking the map of Blacklist, forcing them to play up here, and that's exactly what they're going to try and do. BZM's going to be a very tempting target in the middle lane. No BKB available. He does a lot of damage if he finds his target, but if he doesn't, then BZM could be in trouble. Sharpshooter, Boomerang, Tim's just regurgitating spells onto Ahri. Ahri's just going to peacefully back himself away. If those Greaves not really too threatened by Burst. No drum charges left on Enigma, by the way, but he is looking to just go for the Shard, and Aghanims not really too committed to the drum life, forcing out the bearing.
You know, it's been an intense 25 minutes, by the way, because you have 2 drums, one on Seb, one on Enigma, and they've used all their charges. So in 25 minutes, of course they haven't started, like, within, let's say, 10 minutes of play, they've used 16 drum charges on OG.
They bang the drum. Playing under an observer right now. I mean, the wards from Januel have been pretty much unscouted for the most part. And BZM has no idea he's just sat under a ward here. The ping comes out from Seb, and yeah, he's like, guys, I think we may be playing in Vision. Yule's out from the Ember Spirit to hold back Tiny. Try and set up onto him. Ahri is here with the cookie, with the Greaves, but it probably won't be enough to save the day. That said, beautiful toss back. Does a lot of damage to Natsumi. He's had to pop the BKB just to finish off the kill onto BZM. Is there now follow-up coming from OG? Don't think so. They're a little slow to retaliate to this one. The sentry does come down, the D-ward's successful, but no punishment is to be had. It's just a death for BZM here.
Yeah, I'm trying to get too carried away. This is now the portion of the game where for OG to take a fight, they have to get information. They need to find the Warlock. If you stop the Warlock from playing Dota, then that gives Whisper purpose. A little bit more information required for OG to engage. Again, they like a little bit of chaos, but this time we do need to kind of just tone that down just a little bit. I think in the future that will get easier, right? We've already mentioned how Seb has the Shard to find the backline. You've got maybe like a 4-star on Ahri, so he can step up just a little bit more to then get out, and CK likes to wipe Blink Dagger. So the future of the game is fine for OG, but the mid-game when you don't have those items available, it's kind of on Blacklist to control the fights. Like, they have all the cards available to win out the big 5-on-5. Especially with Shiva's now complete on Gabby. The aura just hurts any illusion hero, reduces attack speed. If you're about physical damage, then Shiva's is not your friend.
Yeah, CK is going to be pretty miserable in these fights. I mean, Tomato has just had a really miserable game. He's 1-5 on this CK, which kind of shows how he's just kind of struggling to make this Orchid pay off for him. Just constantly jumped by the CK and, sorry, by the Centaur. As they get the kill onto Seb in the middle lane here as well. Quick jump in, quick kill. Not much committed for it either. I'm still impressed at how much farm Tomato has despite having 5 deaths. Like, that's pretty incredible.
Farms pretty well.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, Manta
so
Phantasm gives you lots of ways.
So yeah, like, sorry, I would say like Manta Phantasm is super easy. I was just wondering more about the build. Like, he's currently looking at Bloodthorn, but is this a game where he needs that BKB or he needs that blink? Like, he needs that one kind of let me enter the team fight tool. Or if he goes for Bloodthorn, it's about patience. Allowing your team to start the fight, wait to see your opportunity. We'll see which option he goes for. He does have gold to really kind of pivot, but we are going to see a full-on clash. They are running up into the high ground. Into OG. What a
Gabby,
stomp!
no hesitation there, unleashing through, sniping out Whisper with a sharpshooter as the front lines and taking them down without hesitation. Whisper even buying back, looking for the black hole opportunity in that fight, but it's not getting there in time. It was over so fast. He didn't get a chance to react.
Yeah, blink and you'll miss it, but the Dire Ward in the Radiant jungle above that Radiant tier 2, that was the MVP. That ward gave Centaur the ability to blink with confidence to the high ground. He saw OG's positioning. That wasn't a blind jump. They had the Observer in play. So Blacklist using the vision from Januel to then give Gabby purpose. That was the perfect jump on the perfect two heroes, the CK and the Enigma. Yeah, that ward, you can see it on the minimap in the Radiant jungle, was just exceptional usage and utilization from Blacklist. Place the ward, disengage from the area, smoke up as 5, back to the ward, and get the kills. So yeah, again, 4K lead. Blacklist, they are in such a strong position. Roshan will be respawning in 15 seconds. And they didn't really have to use much to get the kills either.
Gabby, I mean, they need to get
CK
past the
isn't
Centaur.
here.
They need to climb over the wall somehow. Look at him. He's got no hesitation just to blink onto the front lines. There is no threat on board to really take Gabby's life. So he knows it. They know it. And he's just this big awkward horse in the middle of every fight. Did Tomato commit for Bloodthorn, or is he just cleared his quick buy for BKB? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I was very... don't think Bloodthorn was the item. Like, these fights are too explosive with defensive tools in play that Bloodthorn, you kind of like the fight where someone in front of you soaks up 5 seconds of fight, so then it's like, haha, my Bloodthorn's in play, right? But these fights aren't that case. They are too demanding on CK being present, yeah, too intensive.
Agent Tim's in deep.
If only he had a ward. Oh.
Apparently doesn't need one. Just goes in with the root, with the damage through onto BZM, and there goes your Tiny. All of a sudden, Seb looking in some trouble as well. Can't do a thing against Natsumi. Every time this troll gets on a target, he's able to sink him down 100 to 0. Exactly what you want to be seeing from your troll warlord. Escape is successful for Whisper, but not for Tomato though. Big target found, big target lockdown, and big kill gain for Blacklist. These fights, man, they are just so one-sided.
Very
they didn't get off like a single
shape.
spell. Like Seb was the only one casting spells on the side of OG.
I mean, they played
All 'cause
it
of
beautifully, right? Tim's had the vision on the right side to get the Tiny jump. If Tiny is down, he's your initiator. CK doesn't have BKB, so doesn't want to step up. Of course, if two heroes die at the start of the fight, any team in the world is going to run at you and chase you down. And yeah, Tomato did get picked off. Ember with great catch potential. I gotta say, for Blacklist, I am very, very happy with the showing of they lost game 1, and the way in which they're winning game 2 is by reading OG in game 1, adapting their draft very slightly, and then bringing it to kind of light. Like, having that ability to understand and kind of show it instantly. Some teams require like a day or two to go, you know, really understand, practice it, but Blacklist, from game 1 to 2, I think they've really identified OG's strength and found ways to just kind of tone them down a bit in the game, and yeah, that is really cool to see. So, you know, props to Blacklist. Good bounce back. We'll see if they can close it out though.
Link Dagger now from Januel as well, so he's got the possibility of just being able to cancel these black holes from a screen away. Another very, very scary possibility. Enigma Whisper did go for the BKB after all, so was looking to try and have some sort of impact with these black holes, but you need to find a way to control the Warlock first, which isn't easy with these big bodyguards in his way. God, they need a way to just... The problem is they need a way to take Gabby out of the fight. So they need a way to just kind of disable and ignore the Centaur. And then they also need a way to kind of just do the exact same thing to Natsumi. And they can't do either yet, so...
I mean, just look at all the items of Blacklist, right? Like, you've got Satanic Control with BKB. Centaur has Shroud Shivas. what was it? Warlock has, like you said, the blink, the Ogre Seal Totem. Hoodwink has a blink. Like every hero has either innate tankiness or incredible kiting tools, and they are going to be catching Ari in the top lane.
Seems that way.
He was trying his best.
That'll take himself the kill.
He just wanted to skip some waves and try and get a little bit of that. We can't do anything farm.
Yeah, but this is just the Hoodwink's time right now of finding people. Ember Spirit as well. You know, Gleipnir is such a good item for messing with these heroes who are trying to split up the map. And now second Gleipnir comes out. BZM forces out the TP with the BKB. And it's a sad escape for him as another hero gets away there. Seb also almost getting caught out and TPing out just in the nick of time. And Whisper will just be able to walk down the bottom lane. So far, I mean, okay for OG playing into Aegis. Like, they're not losing too much, but it does look like it's going to be another tier 2 Natsumi wants to take, and the rest of the team are able to make their way across. Sure, Tiny will clear the wave, but we've got another one coming in right behind him. It's so obnoxious from BZM. Just clearing out every wave, but it doesn't matter. The back door is down. That's all they need. You can make him sleep all you like. He's still taking your tower. Natsumi gets the second and the final tier 2 tower of the game for Blacklist International. And uh-oh, BZM. This time, he has no BKB to work with. Gabby, though, does use the stomp, but that's because Natsumi's coming in from the side as well. And now, there's no escape possibility for BZM. No TP anyway, and he will just get dropped. Trying to cut waves and Whisper. Uh-oh. TP out. Nighttime vision means they can't spot him, so you know, he does escape with his life. But again, it's these OG heroes trying to get onto the map, trying to push waves, trying to just release the pressure on themselves a bit. But the catch from Blacklist is really, really good.
And if there's any way to, you know, alleviate this pressure without just fighting, you know, OG, they need to win a fight somehow. They need to, you know, make a statement to prevent Blacklist from running around the map with ease, and that just hasn't been the case. We haven't seen a black hole. We just haven't seen a Tiny find that jump, and or CK at all, right? 1-7-7, just has the BKB, but he's bought BKB, not used it, and now a component deep into Heart, right? Like, it's just a lot of farm for nothing right now for OG, which is the complete opposite of how we've been seeing them play most of this series so far.
This is such a repeat of game 1, but in an opposite way, and maybe not quite as convincing for Blacklist, but still looking very, very good. Top lane's gone. Roshan's banner made sure of that. It's down on the bottom side. They can commit to the kill. Whisper's just gone. Holy, he's just out of here. No chance of fighting into this one. Tomato as well, just getting beaten down. I mean, if you use a BKB, it doesn't matter. Natsumi is just doing way too much. Buyback out now from Ari as he looks to join in the engagement. BZM being chased as well. Seb trying to back up his mid laner. BZM forced out by Gabby with the 3-man stomp. Whisper comes in. Black hole available. Does get it down, but the Ember escapes, so it's only going to be onto Gabby. They will kill him, and Natsumi's not particularly healthy either, but never mind. There comes the Satanic. The right click's coming through, healing him up to full pretty much. The side axe is also doing a hell of a lot of work as the Ember jumps through them all, forcing them back. They don't have the resources to fight here, OG. They really don't. Sure, you get the Centaur, but once again, BZM's just dropped and he can't stay alive.
Using 4 buybacks is... you can't be too happy with that. Not at all. Just for inevitable Blacklist. Rally themselves again. Wait for their cooldowns. Get themselves into another lane and try and close out this second game. Tie up the series and buy some time to reset and understand how you approach the upcoming series, because yeah, this is incredible stuff from Blacklist.
And the Hoodwink now overtakes Whisper. Yep. Tim's overtakes Whisper in farm. He's looking at BZM as well at this point. Take him off the list. Can't farm whilst you're dead, so Hoodwink likely going to pull ahead of the enemy mid laner as well. Tim's just farming up an absolute boatload.
He also went Manta as well.
Yeah.
A cheeky Manta on the Hoodwink.
Why not?
I kind of like the logic is always cool. I think Manta's always a fun item because using it just to create an illusion to bait your opponent to jump it, even if they don't use it every time, if they do it once in a game, it could be like the moment, right? Like, guys, we found the hoodwink. 2's like, oh, it's an illusion. So now it's like you always have to think about it. And supports are probably going to use mantas more in a vision slash like bait
they
capacity
found
more than
Natsumi,
before,
probably
right?
not the target they were hoping to come across here, and Seb just trying to run himself away. Okay, they get the BKB out of Natsumi at the very least, but I bet he's looking to follow up onto Seb. He doesn't want to give away his BKB for free, and it looks like Seb doesn't really have a response to this one. He does just get cut down by the Ember Spirit.
Oh, and Whisper gets solo killed by Tim's.
Yep, Tim's.
Yep. Oh, and look, also the tears of Whisper were left in the jungle.
Littering the floor, yes. And that's going to very firmly put Tim's above BZM in terms of net worth, so that's the situation we're in. Here we go, toss back, no BKB available for the Troll Warlock, but what they do have is a Blink Golem coming out from the Centaur, coming through as well, jumping through them all with a Stampede. They thought they found an opportunity, they did not. OG, with nothing left in the tank, are likely to tap out of this game very shortly. Natsumi going for the tier 4s, he wants to force it. Tomato just wondering what there is to do. Likely a discussion taking place right now if they've got anything left to play for, and the answer is no. GG gets called, Whisper disconnects. Game number 2 goes to Blacklist International. A 1-1.
Yeah, very, very good game from them. And this is everything that we were asking Blacklist to do in this second game before we entered the draft. I feel like they pretty much did. They changed their draft very